Nick Gillespie, editor-in-chief for Reason.com and Reason.tv. Nick, welcome back to the show. Before we get to this thing in California, which I know is one of our favorite topics when we talk, is Ron Paul. So you're a libertarian. He says he's reining in his campaign. He sounds like he's darn close to shutting it down altogether. What do you say?
Well, I mean, he is shutting it down. He's still pursuing his delegate strategy, and I think he'll have a strong role to play in the Republican Party's convention and in its platform. I mean, one of the things that he has shown is that the idea of saying government is, should only do certain things and it shouldn't do more than that has taken root, and he's the only one with the pulse in the Republican Party. You've got Libertarian Party candidate Gary Johnson, who's a former two-term governor of New Mexico, also has a pulse. But, Reason interviewed Jim DeMint, Senator Jim DeMint, a couple months ago. He said, look, the Republican Party has to start getting behind things that Ron Paul are saying, because that's the future. A kind of Mitt Romney, in echo of Obama, will spend a little bit less than what the Democrats are proposing. That's not going to cut it in November, and it's not going to cut it fiscally. It's not going to help the economy. It's not going to help people down the road.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because our viewers are outspoken in their support of Ron Paul. A lot of big Ron Paul fans who watch this show. And you wonder just how this is going to happen, how this is going to come across in the coming months with Romney, who, in many ways looks like a big spending Republican.
Well, that's, look, there are only big spending Republicans. To take it to California, one of the things that is fascinating is that between 1999 and 2009, spending in California went up in nominal terms 92%. By the time Arnold Schwarzenegger left office, he was spending double what Gray Davis was spending when Gray Davis got into trouble, and was recalled. The same thing happened at the national level under George Bush. I mean, basically, the Republicans between 2000 and 2006, came close to doubling spending in nominal terms. Under Bush, it went up something like 60% in real terms. The Republican Party is a big spending party. If it wants to get back to its roots, if it wants to do something that would actually help the country, I think it's got to look at Ron Paul and say, look, we got to cut spending.
Well, and it's not going to be Ron Paul, clearly, who's the standard bearer after today's announcement, I don't think. But I want to get to California now, because